Hello, welcome to the latest edition of Last Ball Boxing. We're joined by Mick. How you doing, Mick?
Very well, thank you, buddy. Yourself?
Yeah, all good. A bit of a contentious topic tonight on the video. Obviously, Conor Benn's been installed as WBC #1 contender. He's going to get winner Dalton Smith. Mick, give us your thoughts about this. I know, come on, he's gone full circle, right? 12 months ago, the British public didn't want to look at him. Now everyone's talking about him being the fighter of the people, the boxer of the people, and all this lot, and the British fighting public are behind him. Give us your view. Do you think the public have forgiven him yet?
Well, put it this way: if the public had forgiven him, they wouldn't have been giving away tickets for £19 for the rematch with Chris Eubank Jr., would they? They wouldn't have gave away 2,000 tickets to taxi drivers in London if it was the public behind him in a sellout like Eddie Hearn was marketing it. So,
the only thing I would say is I was there that night, and there was a massive roar when Ben entered the arena stadium. I've got to be honest.
Okay. Well, either way, even if he is loved by the British people, what's happened with this is an absolute disgrace to boxing. We're talking about a guy who's being instilled as the #1 contender at 147, who hasn't even fought, never mind won, he hasn't fought at 147 since April of 22. That's 44 months ago. He's not fought at the weight.
Can he even get down to it anymore? Would be my question.
I mean, yeah, it would probably take a little bit longer than normal, but I think he'll get down to it. But for me, even when he was fighting at 147, he was nowhere near #1 contender. So what is the WBC seen where he's went to 160 and fought a guy who again isn't world level to then instill Ben as the #1 contender? What have they seen apart from the pound notes?
They've jumped him from 4th to #1, haven't they? So I haven't looked, but I do feel sorry for #3 and #2. What must they be thinking?
But again, no, this is the WBC all over, isn't it? The same WBC who have just stripped Terence Crawford, not for anything jaded, other than he hasn't paid his sanctioning fees. So he's now no longer recognised as a WBC world champion. The same WBC who gave Conor Benn the excuse of contaminated eggs when he failed 2 drugs tests. The same WBC who let Oscar Valdez fight the week that he failed a drug test.
And mate, you couldn't write it, could you, when you think that so Conor Benn's going to get the winner of Ryan Garcia versus Barrios, which is expected to take place in February.
Yeah, and again, a guy who failed a drug test, served a shortened ban because he took a plea, then lost against Rolly Romero convincingly, and then gets a world title shot. Based on what? And then he could feasibly beat Barrios, and then you have Ben lining up for him. It's just a disgrace.
They're talking about doing, if it is Garcia versus Ben, they're talking about doing it at Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, it's like I say, the only thing that Mauricio Suleiman is saying, it's not meritocracy at all. It's pound notes. Let's be honest. There's no other reason why you could put Ryan Garcia in a world title fight and then make the #1 contender Conor Benn based on the last 4 years. It's just not right.
You could argue Garcia don't deserve the world title shot. Never mind Conor Benn getting one afterwards, couldn't you?
There's not an argument. He doesn't deserve it. He's just lost the fight. He's coming off a loss against Romero, who's WBA champion. And like you say, that's off the back of his ban. Tell me, what has he done? If you were arguing the case for Ryan Garcia, what would be your points to say he does deserve a world title shot? There's nothing there.
It makes me smile the way they work in A and B equals C. Barrios is a live dog in that fight. They seem to be underestimating Barrios. because he might not have as big a profile as the others. He's a damn good fighter.
Yeah, I mean, Conor Benn spoke about him for a little while now, even before the Eubank Junior rematch, and he's talking about it as if it's going to be an easy fight. Barrios, yeah, he is weaker than champions gone by at the 147 weight limit, but he's still a live dog, like you say. If you want an easier fight, you'd be looking at Romero.
They don't give WBC belts out last time I looked, so he's obviously a worthy champion because he's the older of it. So I do think the cat and the chickens a little bit before stepping through the ropes.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. If you're a fan of clean sport and getting drugs out of boxing, you would be backing Barrios heavily to want him to beat Garcia and then Conor Benn, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, so agree, disagree. Should Conor Benn be installed as WBC #1? Some people have been giving me hammerings on social media because I don't think he should. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been Last Ball Boxing, proudly sponsored by Shore Building Services and SC Travel. Thank you for your time, mate. We'll see you on the next video.
Thank you.